Welcome to Head Rag, that show where we talk about the things that wrecked our heads and we talk about the things that have wrecked your heads. I am John Bird, and with me, as always, is Alan Ryan. Say hi, Alan.
Hi, Alan. As always.
So, Alan, as usual at the start of a podcast, is acting the maggot, and he currently has loads of little, what do you call them, little kind of animated faces. He's currently a bunny rabbit
Video
on
filter.
video filter, right? So, we record these to each other on Zoom. And currently, Alan is having fun with it. He has a little dog on screaming at him. So clearly, Alan has had a good week because he's now in a comic book and he's had a haircut. So he looks and feels about half a year younger. Would you say that's right, Alan?
Wow. Wow.
I know
Wow.
you look the haircut. It's funny. I always feel I love getting a haircut. I have to say. I know we talked about haircuts before, but I love the feeling of a fresh haircut. It makes you feel
Yeah.
younger
Yeah.
and fresh, doesn't it?
It does. And I love when they put, and we had this conversation, as you said before, when they give you a little small bit of a head massage. And it doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl massaging the back of your head. You're like, yeah.
Oh, stop. That's
The only
unreal.
problem is when the gown starts bouncing up and down when you're doing it for you underneath, that's kind of when that gets
Yeah. And
concerning.
that's when you get the sweaty bottom. Yeah. So, Alan, what's been wrecking your head this week? Or has anything been wrecking your
Do you
head
know
this
what?
week?
There's been lots of things wrecking my head, and just something popped into my head when you mentioned about getting my haircut. I don't know, for some reason, whenever I get my haircut, what wrecks my head is it's like I forget the ability to breathe properly.
Yeah,
It's like,
I know what you mean.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
you're like, you're holding your breath, and all of a sudden you're really self-conscious of how you're
yeah.
sitting or your breath. You're like, what is wrong with me? Like, it doesn't
I
make
know.
any sense.
I know. Well, I'm like that too. But you know where I'm even more conscious of that is getting a massage. Right. So I can't remember if I've spoken about this on a podcast before, but I like and hate getting a massage, right? Because I just tense up because I was about to say you're naked, but you're not naked. You have your pants on. Sometimes you're naked. And I just get really tense because I start to sweat like I do when I'm getting a haircut. So I'm all conscious, right, that I probably have some hair, unsightly hair on my back, right? That's one thing. I'm conscious of there's probably a spot there somewhere. There's
Oh, yeah.
probably uh, I don't know, a blemish or a blackhead or something that I never knew was there. So I get all like paranoid and get sweaty and nervous. So I actually end up being more tense. And every single time I've gotten a massage, every single time the masseuse has said to me, God, you're very tense. Your shoulders are really tense. I'm like, yes, they fucking are because I'm half naked and getting rubbed and it's making me tense. There you go. So I love and hate massages.
Think about the stuff they've seen in their lives. I don't
Yeah,
know if it's in life in general, but you mean from a student's
I
point of
know.
view.
And I like to think I have the body of an Adonis, but clearly, I don't. I
Just to
really
clarify,
don't.
we're
I
on
don't even
video.
know.
John is currently rubbing his nipples.
I actually am. I was right. I don't know why I
He's
was
rubbing
doing
them.
that. I actually was. Then you could cut glass now. Look at that. Yeah, yeah. Getting the haircut. Yeah, you look great. It's nice. It looks nice.
If you would like to see pictures of of John's nipples, then follow us on Instagram and head underscore rect if you want to see
Do we
his
have a
nipples.
picture? Did you take a picture? Let me just blur the background before you take a picture. I'll definitely have to do that. Blur my
If you could blur the
background.
whole
There you
picture,
go.
that would be more
Yeah, blur.
beneficial
Yeah,
for our
blur the
listeners.
foreground is not a setting, unfortunately. But yeah. So yeah,
So just to clarify, now that you've tried, froze the whole video when you did it, by the way. We're back
yeah. I
again.
know.
We're back.
I don't. I can see you, but I can see that. Oh, now we're back to normal. Right. Okay. Let's not do that again. Let's not mess with the tech in the video anymore, Alan. Okay. Right. Just leave it as it is.
No,
So,
absolutely not.
Alan, I'm going to ask you a question, and I know the answer is yes because I
Yes.
know you, and
So
you eat out a lot, and we spoke about this before as well. So this happened recently. I was at a fancy schmancy restaurant because I had a voucher for one, and I knew I'd have to put money towards it, and I was like, it's a
Christmas
fancy
one?
restaurant, but
Oh
it's
yeah.
grand.
Yeah.
So I'm paying half, so it's grand, whatever. We were really looking forward to it, and it was a really, really, really not a nice meal. Okay, so we just got
No.
three mains. There was three of us there, three mains. And it was really, 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 really salty. And of course, the waiter comes down, waitress, I don't know what you say anymore, comes down and goes, is everything okay? You're like, yes, 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 everything's fine,
Mouthful of
everything's
food.
fine. Could I have another water, please? This is really fucking salty. And all of the meals are salty. Everyone said the meals are salty. But of course, everything okay? Yes, everything's okay. When it paid obviously half with a voucher and then half with my cash and still gave a tip and gave out the whole way home about how salty it was. What is wrong with us? Why did I do that? Why do I keep doing that? Why have I done this so many times? The meal wasn't good. Why didn't I say it to have gotten something else?
That was a lot of information to process. So, a
I know.
couple of
I
things
know.
there. Question number one is, did you tell them you had a voucher before you started your meal?
No, no, I didn't. And
Okay.
on the voucher, it did say to do that, but I was like, I'm not doing that. Because
No,
if I
because
do
you're going
that,
to get
I'm
smaller
going to get,
portions or
I
something.
know, but part of me feels like they knew. That's why I
But yeah,
got a shitty salty meal.
but when you hand in a voucher, you talk about a voucher, do you feel like a scabby bastard? Or do you feel like
Absolutely.
some form of like going, you're almost embarrassed by handing in a voucher, going, look at this cheapskate using a
Yeah,
voucher.
but only in a restaurant. In anywhere else, it's like I have a voucher, yay!
Where else do you use
But
the
but on
vouchers?
no, when you get a voucher for I don't know a gift voucher or something, for a shop. It's like that's brilliant because you're not
No, yeah, I
paying.
still feel
You
scabby though.
do you? No, I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
Only in a meal I do, and I don't know why. But do you
Same as the one
remember?
for all cards and the one for all vouchers. You
Yeah.
feel like such a scumbag of some sort paying for the stuff. Like it's hard to explain the feeling you have with it.
Actually, yes, I do know you do because I do remember now when you said one for all voucher, we had one and we stayed in a hotel and we checked for hotels that took a one for all voucher. So
Like such
straight
a
away
cheapskate.
we're scraping. All right, we're scraping the bar for somewhere good to
Yeah.
stay. And it was so cheesy paying for it with the one for it was like, okay, can you take I can't remember what was on the one for all voucher. Like, can you take 100 off the one for all voucher and then the rest off this card? And if that one
Yeah.
doesn't go through, try it on the Revolution.
And
Oh,
what's even worse though is when you have the one for all voucher or any other of those gift vouchers, and you've like €1.62 or something left
yeah,
on. You
yeah.
go,
And you're like,
what do
fuck
I do
you,
with
I'm
it?
using this. I'm
Yeah.
using this. And you have to tell someone there's only that much on it.
Or what I find is the issue I have, I could be in a shop and I go up to the till and I know it's got 162 left. So I buy some weird coconut flavored lip balm that's at the till for that's
That's
like
so specific. It's like you
159.
know it costs that much.
Yeah. Or there's always something weird like a pencil sharpener or something for 159 going down. You know what? I don't mind losing
They're
three
like, right,
cents.
okay, so he's buying a liter of vodka, a giant sharing pack of hunky dories, lube, and lip balm.
Yeah, yeah.
What's he
Or a
up
pencil
to?
sharpener.
Or a pencil sharpener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you not find yourself going, you're like, oh, do you want a bag with that? And you're kind of calculating, give us 4 bags because you worked it out, worked to be 30 cent a bag, and that's
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
cover the
I
costs.
know, I know. It's ridiculous. It does. It makes you feel really scabby. But like, but it's the same with the meal. Like, I feel scabby. I feel really cheap, and I still give a tip. What the fuck? Why did I give a tip? I'm
But did
so
you give a
annoyed with
normal tip
myself.
or less of a tip?
I just gave a normal. I think it was a
What you,
tenner. A
that's actually
tenner.
something so that's something that does annoy me actually, that does wreck my head, is that whole the tipping etiquette. Now, we are obliged to tip, whether, as you already said, the service good, meal is good, doesn't make any difference.
Mm.
We always tip. But what really gets my goat, floats my float,
Ghost.
yeah, it floats my goat, flogs my dolphin, is when places do an automatic service charge of 5 or 10%.
Bullshit. Yeah,
And
I
you're
don't
like
like
going,
that.
hang on a
Yeah,
second. No, don't decide what I want to give. Like your service charges, all right, you're charging me for coming to sit down into your restaurant. But
yeah.
isn't that the point of your restaurant?
Exactly. And if the service is shit, I still have to pay this. I get it if it's a big group in a way. Do you know what if a group of 15 or 20, they always put a charge on it. But at the same time, anytime I've ever gone to a 15 or 20 group, like a stag or something like that, we're always boisterous. You're always drinking a bit.
You're very bit of an
And
asshole at it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
But
compensation almost.
yeah, but at the same time, the service, in a big group, I've never gotten service where I've been like, oh, why that warrants that much? God,
Yeah, yeah, that's the
we
thing.
are grumpy old fucks. Do you know that?
No,
You know, I'm
well,
beginning to realize with this
I wouldn't
podcast, I
say,
think we
I
should
wouldn't say
change the name of the
the
podcast to
grumpy old
Grumpy
fuckers.
Fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I think it's a case of going when you're forced to tip, because my logic is you don't even need to work for it anymore.
Yeah, and then where is it going? Some place you hear it's only going to the chef, it's not going to the waiter and that kind of thing. It's like, I mean, if the meal is good, I think the chef deserves certainly some of that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. I
But
think
not
the
in
law
this
changed in
salty
it.
case. I think it should have gone to, you know. Saxo or wherever produces salt in this country. That's who should have gotten the fucking tip for my meal. Um, but Alan, it leads me on to the next thing that wrecks my head.
Sure.
If you don't have anything to jump in, I'm going to go straight into this
Jump into it.
because I had no choice but to jump straight into this because it fell out of me. So following on from
Do people need to stop
and
eating at the moment if
well,
they're currently
probably.
eating?
Well, it wouldn't be our podcast if we didn't have a topic about what I'm about to talk about. It's a week. It's what's the word? It's canon at this stage. And
Oh,
and it
no,
was
no,
it was fucking
no.
projectile cannon is what it was. So following on from that salty meal, getting caught short, Alan. So I didn't get caught short on the way home because I live relatively close to the restaurant, so it was fine. But getting caught short in places where you shouldn't get caught short or can't allow it. So this certainly happened to me. I had the shits after this meal, okay? I had the salty shits, right? I felt like a pirate on the high seas, and all he was after eating was lemons and salty water. It was horrific, right? But
Jesus.
it I want to hear I want people to tell me stories of when they've been caught short and it's been funny. So I was telling someone in work about a story about being caught short, and then it reminded me of a story from years ago, and I'm going to tell you the story. It's not so much wrecked ahead, but it's a funny story. If you want to hear it, do you want to hear it? Of course
That's
you
how long
do.
the story is.
It's a very quick story. Anyway, no, it's
Okay.
very quick and it's funny. So I remember years ago, we're all at the beach. Don't know what beach it was, and one of us, it was not me. I'm not saying it wasn't me because I don't want it to be me. I'd say if it was me. It wasn't me. One of my brothers got diarrhea. Now he's probably about 8 or 9, something like that, in the car. So dad stopped the car and undressed him, took off his pants and washed his jocks in a puddle, and then stuck the jocks. And do you know the old 80s and 90s car where the aerial popped up kind of from the bumper all the way up?
Oh
Yeah,
no.
he hung the jocks on that as
Like
we
a
were
pirate
driving home.
flag.
Like I was just gonna say, like a pirate flag, and it's a whole the
Like a Japanese flag.
the story comes full circle because I'm talking about salty fucking shits, and then this pirate flag jocks drying shit stained on the car journey on the way home. We were mortified the whole
What's
way
this got to
home.
do with being on the beach, though?
It doesn't.
It was just,
This is just a
just
story I wanted to tell.
to add to the beach. Okay, you could have been anywhere. The
Just
story
I'm.
didn't change. I was thinking you dug a hole in the beach,
I
took a
no, I
dump, and
dug
then
a
covered
hole
it
in
with
my
sand.
story, Alan, and you were supposed to stop, and I couldn't stop. You kept it going. You let me go. So now I'm shutting up. Now just tell me what's wrecking your head, because I tell you what's wrecking my head is I just revealed
You.
that story to the nation. I'm
Me-
wrecking my
I,
head.
and maybe when we get to our 100 podcast, I will tell my infamous story that only about four people are aware of where I was caught short. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Is that really a story? Because I am
100% a story.
okay. I'm getting it posted. I'm literally getting it posted right now. Posted at arm's reach.
Maybe if all our listeners send us in like €1 each, then I'll tell the
Posted in
story.
hand. And I am literally writing 100th podcasts.
One a week, that's just shy of 2 years away. Nice one.
Ah, no, no, we're going to have to speed it. We're going to do one a night. Alan's
For a day.
Alan's poop story. Now, that is stuck up on the computer. Okay, Alan, go.
A lot of my annoyances in the last week have all been very related, and they're all car related
Okay.
or driving related.
Yes,
So
the petrol head.
yeah. So I mentioned before about people's inability to indicate, especially roundabouts. That just wrecks my head, but
Yeah,
that's
so
never going to
frustrating.
change. But something I've noticed more recently, and it's just the quality of driving is terrible. People who can't turn corners properly. They turn the corner on the wrong side of the road and then just maintain in the middle lane driving towards you. And like, all right, I'll just drive into this person's driveway to get out of the way.
I
Your
can't.
face suggested no, no.
I'm
People
trying to
can't turn
think.
corners. The big swings around corners. Like, well, thank God, if I was 2 seconds there, you would have smashed into me.
Oh yeah,
And
when they're
then
like totally on the wrong side of the road. Yeah,
I had a
yeah,
big
yeah,
tick face and I'm going,
yeah, yeah.
"Ooh."
I know. I know. I yeah. It is really frustrating. People need to learn how to drive and go the speed
and
limit.
and the speed limit one is really, and this was the next point I was going to make. So what really wrecks my head is when there's a Garda car, or so that's equivalent of our Irish police,
Yeah.
driving along less than the speed limit. People are terrified to overtake them. It's like you're driving a 100k
Yes.
speed limit, they're doing
Yeah.
70. I better not go past them in case they arrest me. It's like,
I
get
wonder,
out
did
of the
they do
way.
that as a test? Do you know? Because then if people are overtaking, do they go over the limit and then
Well, no,
maybe?
because yeah, but you're normally going significant. They're normally going significantly less than what the speed limit is. People are afraid to go around them. Or it's like, what are you doing? Get out of the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah. I know. Yeah, people like instantly, or when there's what used to crack me up when I lived in Dublin was traveling on the M50 and you're going like southbound and a cop car comes northbound and everyone puts their brakes on to slow down. You're like, it's on the other side of the road going in the opposite direction. Even if you were speeding, it's not going to get you. It's gone. It's
There's
literally
a
gone
big
in the other
barrier in
direction.
the middle as well.
Yeah, it's going to grow
Gonna hop
legs,
out.
hop
Yeah,
over and catch you. Yeah,
like a
really
big
annoying.
monster truck. Yeah, yeah. Like, it's just
Yeah.
like people. I don't know if that's just people's inability to have awareness of life. I don't know what that is. People are probably on their phone so often, then they look up going,
Yeah,
"Oh, what's that?"
maybe that's what it is. Maybe people are like they're just like, oh my God, I was going too fast. I was on the phone. I need to brake really hard, but it's just really dangerous braking on a
Yeah.
main road like that. Just stop doing it, people. Just drive safe
And
out there, please.
another car related annoyance that I have. This is a really annoying. This is going to everyone can agree with this one. The gap between where the handbrake is inside your chair, where stuff falls down, and then you end up losing about 3 layers of skin trying to take out anything that's down there.
I
Phones, keys,
you mentioned
coins.
this before, didn't you?
Did
Didn't you?
I?
Yeah, I think did we talk about this before?
Shh, don't tell the people. No, no, we didn't. No,
No, I
brand new
don't think we.
topic.
No, I did. We'll
No,
definitely
yeah.
say that again. I think we mentioned that before. I don't. I can't. But it is really, and it's funny that you say that because since we talked about that before, I have dropped a pen or something down the side of the seat, and my car has a really weird flap coming from the seat against the middle console. It's like a flap of carpet. So when I put my hand past it and try to pull it out, it's like you know those things, those traps for catching monkeys years ago. In you know you
I'm not
you're
gonna lie to you. Maybe
okay.
in Wexford is
No,
something you
no,
were there
no.
going,
No,
oh,
isn't it
Mike,
the old story
Bubbles is
of
on the
like
loose again. We need to catch him.
there's a hole in a rock. You want to catch a monkey. You put food in it. The monkey puts his fist in, and his fist gets stuck because he won't let go of the food, so he's forever stuck. He
I
has to let
think
go
you're
of the
mixing up
food.
with a glory hole here.
No, do you know what? I'm mixing it up with Flash Gordon. Do you remember
Or
Flash
Indiana
Gordon
Jones or
movie?
something.
It's a thing. Look it up. It's I don't know what they're called. Monkey
I'm not
holes,
looking up monkey
glory hole.
glory hole.
Do
Monkey
you
glory
know what?
hole.
Now that you've said it, I think this could have been a dream.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. I'm afraid to Google that because God knows what I'm going to
No,
find.
no. Google it. Google it. Google. Hey Alexa, Google glory holes.
Monkey glory hole.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
let's hope
is.
no one has listened to us loudly at
No, I
home
hope
now.
they are. That's the whole point. Um,
Yeah, or hey Google.
hey Google,
Just yeah,
Google, do you use that on your phone actually? I don't really use that. I end
no.
up typing, because just typing like in Google like normal, because I just hate the thoughts of it listening all the time. It's bad enough I have Alexa now. It's the whole hey Google thing. I
Yeah.
don't do it.
No, that's a good point. Like I've noticed more and more though when I'm searching for stuff, I'll actually use my microphone and actually ask stuff. But normally a lot of times I type stuff. And the
What do you
other
mean
find
use
really
your microphone? Like,
so nobody
what
the
do you mean
mic
like
to
hey?
type. Do you know we can push a microphone and then it will just type that in instead.
No,
Voice typing?
I've
Yeah,
never.
voice typing.
Am
Yeah, yeah,
I?
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Am
you're a
I?
fucking tick. Yeah, yeah,
Am
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
better
yeah.
than everyone else? I've never done the. I didn't.
Yeah,
Is
you
that
can
a
do that.
thing? Is that on every Android phone?
It's been like that for years. Yeah, yeah,
Has
yeah.
it? Oh my
Yeah, yeah,
God.
yeah.
I'm
So even
I'm a tech. I love tech. How do I not know this?
on your phone, next time you go into Google, up in the search bar, there's a
Okay.
normally a picture of a microphone, or down by your
Oh
keyboard, depends
yes.
whichever way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But I never pressed that because I always thought that was the Hey Google thing.
No, that's basically going as Monkey Glory Hole, and it'll put in Monkey Glory Hole and search for it.
Oh my God.
Handy if you're
I am,
driving.
in fairness, I have
Please
used it on
drive safely.
ChatGPT. Yes, please
Yeah.
drive safely, everyone out there. But I have used it on ChatGPT, but I always just thought that was the Hey Google thing, whatever it's called, Google Assistant. Oh my God. Right. Okay. Well, there's my homework for the next day. Um, hey Google, can you tell me why people keep wearing t-shirts of bands that they have no idea who they are for? That's something that wrecks my head. I am a music lover, as are you. And
Hmm.
I see people wearing t-shirts and I know they don't know who that band is. I know they know or they don't know.
Yeah, but you ever wonder, are these new t-shirts or these t-shirts that were hand me down from like their parents or their uncle or something that
No,
was
they're
left?
new because pennies have brought like you can get
Oh, okay.
all of these things in pennies. So I don't know if this is true, but I did see a video. not so long ago on Instagram where a girl was talking about a new t-shirt that she had and she was like, "Oh my God, I just love the metallic writing on this. It was a
Oh, that's right.
Metallica t-shirt." Is
Yeah,
that true?
that's
I
right.
don't know if
Yeah.
that's true, but that's like that kind of thing annoys me. It's like don't wear
Actually,
everyone wear what's the t-shirt you always see? Ramones, you know no one knows who the Ramones are. Stone Roses, Nirvana, uh
Metallica,
and
Megadeth,
Metallica. Yeah.
Anthrax every now and again.
Yeah, and you're like, you're having a laugh. You're wearing boat shoes and your shirt stuck into your jeans. You do not know who Nirvana is. God, that's very snobberish, isn't it? Snobberish? Snobber? What kind of
Snobbery?
sentence? Snobber? Snob? Snob? What's the word?
Snobbish? Snobbish? I
What?
think it's snobbish.
Are we
That's
having a
also, I
mental
mean,
breakdown? Is this a live recording of a mental breakdown? Snobbery-ish. I don't know. What's the word?
I'm afraid to answer right now because
Yeah.
I'm going to say, all I can think is slobbery now.
Just fill the gap with something about t-shirts and how annoying they are. T-shirts are annoying. There you go.
Do you know what also annoys me about t-shirts?
Go on.
Now, this is
Right.
an insight into, I
Right.
think, my
This has
life.
nothing to do with t-shirts, branded t. This is just t-shirts.
T-shirts
Okay,
in general,
go on.
because you
Yeah.
mentioned t-shirts.
Yeah.
So I need to build up a semi-story behind this. It'll be very, it won't be about your beach going for a shit on a car story. It's got me
That
more
wasn't
so.
that long.
No, it wasn't in fairness. Uh, is I think most guys are like this. You keep a t-shirt for like 15 years and you're looking at a picture. Here's a memory from 8 years
Absolutely,
ago
100%.
because there's no holes in it. Don't make them the same way. But
Yeah.
do you know what I hate? The leathery armpits you get in t-shirts.
Oh, yes, from years and years of
Sweat and
deodorant and
deodorants.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it gets thick and crusty. It's like
It's like a leather patch
it
on
absolutely
an
is.
elbow.
It is like yeah, it's one, and I have a few t-shirts like that that I have thrown out, and it's not like they were expensive t-shirts either,
No,
but
but they're
it,
nice. They still
yeah.
work.
Well, do you know what reminds me of that comment in Wayne's World that when Garth says when he's looking down, you've seen Wayne's World, obviously we talked about it
I have,
before.
yeah.
Love it when he's looking
I haven't
down
seen it
on
in
Wayne's
years.
basement. I've looked at it recently, and he goes, "We're looking down on Wayne's basement, honey. That's not Wayne's basement. It's like a new pair of underwear. At first, it's constrictive, and then it becomes a part of you. That's what it's like. The t-shirt fits perfectly.
It
Yes,
does, no, no, just yeah. And
but
I think because
it
it's
is annoying. But it's really cold under your pits when you put it on as well, like leather.
but
Yes, don't
it's
make
so
that face. It's true.
but it's so hard though. Like if you're in prison, you could probably turn into a shank of some sort. You know the way your armpit shank.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. And also I've noticed recently. So again, every Christmas, unfortunately, when you are male, and most times you're going to get underwear or socks. Now
Yeah,
I've
but
stopped
I
asking
love
for
that. I
people.
love
I've
that
stopped.
now.
Yeah, I've stopped asking people for them, and I'm going. I actually need them back again because
Yeah,
I've gone through.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the pair of socks I'm wearing, I was there going, oh, I don't remember this pair of socks. I don't remember this design. Turns out it's not a design. The material has worn away so much I can now see the color of my foot through, through it.
What color is
Mainly
it
around
meant
the
to be?
it was like a blue one, but it's
Yeah.
like a pinky color now because it's worn away from the color of my foot or my shoes. It's like, what is wrong with me?
Oh,
But
that's
until
brilliant.
there's a
I
hole
know.
in them, I'm gonna keep wearing them until a hole. I'm like, oh, I gotta throw them
Oh,
away.
absolutely, yeah. And then if it's only a
Obviously, there's a
little
hole to put my
hole,
foot in.
yeah, yeah. But if it's only a little hole at the toes, you can fold that
Depends
in,
where it
fold
is.
that underneath your toe as you're putting your shoe on, so it's fine. It could be on, but then like when you feel the cold of the sole throughout the day, it's horrible. It's like your
I,
foot's
I've
wet.
I've done that before. Yeah, exactly. You're going
Yeah.
to walk in your kitchen floor, like, oh, I must have stood in a pool of water, and you look like,
Yeah.
no, no,
No,
there's a
no.
2 euro sized.
I
Yeah,
just need
yeah.
new fucking
And
socks.
and here's a question for you: do you take your shoes off when you go into your house?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and that seems to be more common now. And there's nothing worse when you go to someone's house and then you take your shoes off and your socks are
Ah,
like
Alan,
it's like there's been
you
a giant rat living inside and just chewing its way through. And I don't know.
Alan, I was only thinking about this the other day. So people know we worked together years and years and years ago in a broadband company, and we just go to people's houses and selling broadband door to
Oh
door. Yes, we
no,
were
this is
those
nearly
people.
19 years ago.
Yeah, it was, and we I had to go to a house, and it was near Dundrum or something, and I had to take off my shoes, and I was like, yes, absolutely, of course. And then in taking my
Oh no,
second shoe off, and oh fuck, I have a massive, and there's nothing I could do. I was past the point of no return, so I was walking around their house, and they
with
had
your toes
wooden
sticking out.
floors. And you know when you leave like a kind of a print of your foot on wood after you comes, so there was the print of a
Oh,
foot and then a circle as well from
where
my
the
bare foot on
heel.
the sock. I was so embarrassed and I just had to continue with the sale. I got the sale. Got the sale. Maybe the guy gave me the sale because they felt sorry for me. Went,
You need to
give
buy
him
new
the
socks.
commission, lads. He needs new
Yeah,
fucking socks.
yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Socks and t-shirts. I know. And wait, you go through a stage of not wanting socks and jocks, and then you go,
Yeah.
Jesus, lads,
Same as
give me
t-shirts.
socks
I've
and
about
jocks.
700 t-shirts because I just don't, I never
Yep.
throw them out. And a problem that I have, and related to this as what really wrecks my head is, you put two pairs of socks in a washing machine and only one comes out. Sorry, you put not two pairs, you put two socks and only one. I'm like, where is it? Where is it? And we spoke about this before.
Well,
And then you throw it out because you keep it like what I do is I leave it on top of my radiator going, I'm going to eventually find the pairing of this sock. And it's there for about 6 months. I go, oh, I know what fucking I'm going to throw it out. So I throw it out. And like 3 days later, the other sock appears. It's like, where were you waiting? I don't know what was happening. Yeah,
well,
it's weird.
I don't generally wear paired socks. I just pick out whatever socks. Okay. Well, I do
What?
have like
Really?
I don't wear I wear odd socks because I think it's just I don't match up socks. I just prefer it that way. I do have a system though. They can be the same type of sock and different colors, but it can't be like you can't like
Stripes
wear
and
a
spots.
white and a black sock. Like a sports sock. No, whatever. I have like a Batman socks and I can't remember what it is. Xbox socks. So I'll wear like one of them and one of the other. I'm so cool, aren't I? Oh my God, I've like got odd socks and leather
That's it.
shanks under my pits.
But why don't you just pair your socks together?
Who fucking cares? It's socks. Who
Yeah, but
cares?
when you go into someone's house, you're like, oh, okay, you weirdo.
I don't give a shit. I'm not going into people's houses. Really, like who fucking cares? It's just different colors.
But like, if can you not see your socks at all? Like during the summer, if you were, would you wear shorts during the summer? Would you ever wear shorts?
Not traditionally. No, not really.
No, okay,
No,
okay, fair
no,
enough then. Yeah,
no. If I was wearing socks, I'd what I do is I'm too scabby to wear those ha or to buy those half socks because I think they're
sure, yeah, yeah.
overpriced. So
So
I
you
just
fold them down over your,
fold it down. Yeah, so no one sees the socks
then
anyway.
you're like an inch taller.
Yeah, yeah. So if only I'd have thought of that when I went to sell broadband all those years ago, I wouldn't have got the sale though. There you go.
That would be
Um,
so weird. Yeah,
oh,
and question for you: are your ankles really, really white in comparison to the rest of your body?
really white?
Yeah, my like the whitest part of my body are my ankles for some reason.
I
Really
don't.
white.
I don't know.
My feet in general, but especially my ankles.
I don't really look at my
Because I
feet
think that's
that
where the
much.
hair ends on my leg. So just there's like
The skin is
it's
very soft on my feet and my
this is a really
ankles.
weird conversation.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And people are going to hear this, but I'm okay with that, sort of. We might cut it. I don't know. Fuck that. We're not cutting it. We're not cutting it. We're not cutting.
But
It's
actually, do you know what just wrecked my head though? The scam texts you get all the time. They just wreck my head. It's like, seriously, why do people fall for these? You have an
yeah,
unpaid toll.
yeah. Well,
It's like, it's like
I
what?
can't believe that
Mobile
the
networks.
mobile networks can't do something about it by now.
Because they
It
can't
doesn't make
retext. They can't retext. It's just like someone texting from the phone. Some fella on a Nokia in his basement somewhere. I was going to do the accent, but I won't because
what accent?
you'll absolutely have to cut any form of accent that I do.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, like, yeah, yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
No,
got lost
I
out.
know. No, no, getting scammed is it's one of those I don't know. But speaking of haircuts though, right? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm trying to think what else wrecked my head this week. There was a good few things wrecked my head.
Do you know what really another thing that wrecks my head? Slow emptying sinks.
Slow emptying sinks. Yeah. Yeah.
Just really, really know you're like, and then
Is
you
it
put your hand.
blocked? Is it blocked or something? No.
No, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't use my bin. I just like shove stuff down the sink. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Like
I
the
think
flush.
you've solved your problem right there.
Yeah. No,
Why is my sink so slow? I've just jammed two
no, but it
cards
does get
into it.
blocked. Yeah, yeah. But then you have to put your hand through the murky, cold, food-ridden water and pull out like lumps of cabbage from yeah,
What are you doing in your sink?
washing
No, I
cabbage
get
is
it. It's
obviously.
rotten. Well, so you are weird about putting your hand in like dirty water and sinks like that.
Yeah, yeah. Just
I
yeah.
don't mind that at all.
I'm a very tactile. Is the right thing to say?
Okay, so would you, if you dropped money in your toilet, like I don't know, like a €2 coin, would you put your hand in the water to pick it
Probably
up?
not. Probably
Would you
not.
not? I would.
No. Do you know what? I'm going to do a bit of a segue from this, but it's still related. There
Go on.
also really wrecks my head when you drop your toilet roll into the toilet.
Oh, it's so
And then,
annoying.
especially if you've just gone for piss and it
There's
falls in
like yeah,
and
I
you
know,
can't use it now. It
but there's
doubles
a
in
but
size.
there's a countdown. There's a countdown of when there's a time limit, really small window of when you can take that out because it's soaking up all of
It's
the
just getting
shitty,
bigger
pissy
and
water. It's
bigger
getting
and
bigger,
bigger.
and it still has integrity. So you need to pick it up and stop it dripping everywhere
That's the
before it
problem is
falls
you
apart.
can't.
It's like
So
when
what
you're
I do,
dunking a biscuit and so it's you have to like get it out before it
why do you dump
breaks
your
off.
biscuit in your toilet for? A pissy digestive.
It's a party trick. I'll show you sometime.
Yeah, but no, but the second point you mentioned there is I had to throw it into my shower. I went, you can sit there until you're dried off because I otherwise have to run through my apartment to throw it in the bin. And it's gonna be dripping everywhere.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah, it's rotten. And like, and it never, even if the toilet water was clean, it never gets back to normal. You could never use it again. Well, you could.
Eh,
No.
yeah, they're almost like really badly homemade baby wipes when it falls down the
Jesus
toilet.
Christ. I don't think,
Just
are
to
we
stick.
ever going to do an episode without talking about shit and baby
I'm
wipes?
not
I
talking
just
about
don't think
shit.
it's possible.
Baby wipes is totally fine. I'm not talking about like I'm just about baby wipes just in general. What do you use baby wipes for, John?
Baby wipes for
Yeah,
wiping
wiping
babies.
babies. Walk into a shopping center. Baby kitten.
Baby
There you
drink.
go. Rubbing. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. No, yeah, toilet rolls and toilets. It's
Yeah,
manky.
that drives me.
It's
Yeah.
manky. Yeah. Well,
Also,
actually, yeah, yeah, go on. Go on.
I see what also annoys me related to that is going when you mentioned earlier if you're ever being caught short and you have to go somewhere and you go somewhere and the toilet roll in places is made out of like cardboard or sandpaper or recycled glass or
Yeah,
steel wool. It's like, what's going on with that?
and
And your finger
napkins
goes
as
through
well.
it.
Do you ever
And
get
your
those
finger goes through
really,
it.
really, yeah, it does really like
And do you sniff your finger? If
shine.
your finger goes through it, you sniff your finger first.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, your finger slips through and like
Jesus Christ.
uh,
Yeah, that is absolutely rotten. That is absolutely rotten. I don't know where to go with that. Alan. That's manky. Go
do you know what else wrecks my head that's not
what?
related to toilet roll or anything like that?
Go on.
When people get on the bus, right, or any form of public transport, have big bags on them and don't take them off, and then turn around and just wallop you in the face with the bag, and like, get out of the way so you can walk past you, you dick.
Yeah, yeah. And then they sit down with the bag on as well, which must be really uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's a good point. And then like they're sitting like 4 foot away from the chair because their
Yeah,
bag is so thick in
yeah.
the back.
Great posture though. Fantastic posture. Yeah, I look forward to experiencing that in a few weeks when I use a lot of public transport. So I'm looking forward to
Why will you
seeing
be
all that.
using lots of public transport on holidays?
Yeah, maybe, maybe.
I don't think people there would be using bags in their back.
Why? I
I just
don't.
don't, yeah,
That's
I
so
don't know where I'm going with
that's
that.
so
Yeah, no, I
I
don't know where
don't
I'm going with
know.
that one.
I don't know either. Yeah, no, yeah, getting hit with people's bags, it's really annoying. And yeah, that's
I
happening a
swear,
lot. That's happening a lot lately, actually. And it's kind of
it's
going,
these old women going, get away from me, and
yeah,
hitting you with their bags. Is that what that is?
yeah, kind of. They're like, get up. Chivalry. Chivalry. Do you believe in chivalry on public buses and that kind of thing at the more anymore?
The worst is when you let someone out in front of you out to be chivalrous, and then they just get in front of you and for absolutely everything else for the rest of the day. Then ever that happen? You letting somebody out in front of you, going, you go ahead of me, then to get the last parking
Yeah.
space. You're like, you fucking dick.
Yes, cannot stand that. Yeah,
Or
going
they
into a
drive really
parking
slowly.
space. Yeah, going into a parking space and you're like, oh my God, I've parked there every fucking day and I let you in be nice and now you've taken my spot. It happened to me recently. It was really frustrating. And it's so stupid. Why do
But
we
they
have
actually
our
have it.
parking spots? Like,
But in fairness, now, these people do have a genuine disabled badge. That's the reason why.
I don't care. I was there first.
Yeah. Parking sideways across the
Uh, Oh,
children and parents spaces. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. How do you feel about those spaces? We don't have time to get into this, do we? No, we
We
don't. We're
don't.
gonna have to leave it there, right? We'll bring that up at the next one. Maybe might be controversial enough. Alan, we have had an absolute roller coaster of
We covered everything.
emotions and
Yeah.
toilets and everything here. I think this is probably the last podcast we're ever going to do because we've talked about everything we need to talk about. Al, you've been great as usual. We didn't even say where people can talk to us and send us stuff. On all the socials, Google us. We're on YouTube now as well. The
I
podcast
saw.
is going
I
to
saw.
YouTube too. It is
I
literally
see.
everywhere, and we're storming through the charts, apparently, on the old iTunes and Spotify. So thank you so much. Don't forget to rate us and a review because we really want to push ourselves out to everyone and to be as mortified as we can.
And remember last week we said, was it last week or was one of the
I think
previous
so.
ones?
I think
We
so.
had no listeners in Spain. Well, due to the amazing listening of Spotify and iTunes, not the ones that obviously listen to our podcast, we now have listeners in Spain. So bonjour.
Yay! Buongiorno tutti.
Buongiorno a tutti.
Welcome to
Hola.
the
Yeah,
pod.
yeah.
We're very
Why are
happy you're
we? Yeah,
here.
yeah.
We love all of
Hola.
you.
Hola. ¿Cómo está?
And
Um,
I don't think we say it enough, do we? At how happy we are that people actually do want to listen to us talking shite. It's great, isn't it? I'm happy. It's
what
less
thing
head
does
wrecking.
why think the Spanish people think of our podcast? They're like, what the fuck are
Well,
these
let's
guys
find
saying?
out. If you
Obviously, they'd
are
be saying in a more Spanish accent. Vaya, what are they saying to us?
that is so there. Literally, we've lost our three people in
Yeah,
Spain that
sorry.
have
Yeah,
been
yeah,
listening
yeah.
to us.
Sorry.
If you do have any head wrecking topics from Spain, we'd love to hear them. You can contact us at thelads at headwreck.com. If you want to email us, you can contact us on any of the socials. We're there on all of them. Or you can, what's the Instagram one is, Alan?
Head underscore rect. Head
That's right.
underscore rect.
And
That's on that.
we're on
On
X and we're on
Facebook
Facebook and all that. But
and
sure, just Google
YouTube
us and you'll find us.
and our WhatsApp channel, Head Rect
Which we've done
Direct.
nothing with since
It's
the
because no one
last.
has joined it
I know,
since, in
yeah.
fairness.
Look,
That's the
look,
reason why.
look. It's organic. It's organic. It's like grown veg. You have to wait a while. You have to water it and wait a while.
I have a feeling we should change the image in that chat. I'm gonna go to ChatGPT and go monkey glory hole and just put that in and see what comes up as the image.
And that's the end of the podcast. Alan, thank you so
Yeah.
much. You're amazing. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. We're leaving it
Hi
at
everyone.
that.
Yeah. Slán.